Joining us right now is Geoff Lewis. He is Bedrock founder and managing partner and an OpenAI investor. And Geoff, it's great to see you here.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me, Becky.
You were an early investor in OpenAI. We were just talking about when you got in.
Yeah, it was back in 2021, about a year and a half before ChatGPT launched. So it's been an interesting journey. You know, the thinking when we initially invested was really cool research project. Not clear that it ever will be a company or figure out how to generate revenue. And boy, things have changed. So.
Yeah. It's taken off pretty quickly. You were also just making the point that there has been so much scrutiny on this company that is still a privately held company.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of a privately held company that's had this much scrutiny. I think we were talking a little bit about things like Uber, Airbnb back in the day. But the societal implications with AI, to the extent we ultimately in 10, 20, 30, 40 years get to AGI, are massive. So frankly, OpenAI and these other players warrant scrutiny. Sure. They've invited the scrutiny, and they're getting it.
Yeah, and I think this is scrutiny that you're getting on a national level, not just from the United States, but from other countries, too, that want to take a look at this because there are concerns about how powerful this is going to be, the potential for change, especially if it winds up in the wrong hands, or if it just develops a mind of its own and does things that we weren't expecting or anticipating.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think there's a lot of regulation in Western Europe. Stuff's passed. There's stuff now in the federal level in the United States. California has a bill that's trying to regulate, which I'm very strongly against. The specifics of it, I think it would be really harmful to the ecosystem. But I think the point you're making around having a mind of its own and sort of operating autonomously as like true artificial general intelligence, it's a really exciting thought, extremely scary thought. Think of a AGI. I think we're decades away, and I think OpenAI might disagree with me, but I think getting 90% of the way there in terms of these models and these AI agents that can do a lot of what some subset of humans do in the workplace, I think we're getting there very quickly. I think the AI that has human judgment and empathy and sort of operates like a human, I think that's science fiction, many years away. It's like Elon getting to Mars, and getting that last 10% of the tech there is going to take a long time.
Elon might disagree with how long it takes him to get there, too. Andrew's got a question, too. Andrew?
Thanks, Becky. Hey, Geoff, I actually have two questions. One is actually just goes back to the IP question and this idea of asking for forgiveness, not permission. You know, in some ways you could relate this actually back to Uber, in fact, which is the idea that if you could just get to escape velocity where it's so popular, you would sort of force the situation. You're seeing a deal now with News Corp this morning and OpenAI, but there are real questions about what OpenAI and some of these other platforms have trained on over the years. Had they gone to so many of these media companies and other IP owners many years ago and said, we want to make a deal, unclear they'd get that deal. Now they've done what they've done, and they're sort of forcing the issue. Of course, the New York Times, which I have a relationship with, suing over this very issue.
Yes. Well, certainly going to be a lot of lawsuits to come, and that's sort of par for the course here. I definitely, I personally, as a human being, I'm a little bit hesitant about AI models being trained off of my likeness, and I'm not really looking forward to the near future when there's all these deep fake videos of all of us everywhere that sound a lot like us. I can empathize a bit with Scarlett Johansson on this, And yeah, I do think that it is just we're in a new world, and it is quite scary, but this is where we're at.